confessions that we collected and read some really good ones.
So the first one. So sometimes I would pretend I don't know or don't understand a piece of music just so I could hear my teacher play it. And
Oh,
I absolutely doing this every time.
I like that one.
You're a good student. I'm just simply lazy and will enjoy my free concert.
The reason I don't do orchestra performances anymore is because during my last concert, I wore my pants backwards. Good job. And forgot my tuning key on the harp peg, which fell to the floor loudly during my solo.
It's good that it didn't fall onto the harp.
Yeah, that would be
Imagine that.
bad. Or she could just say, "It's all right. It's a percussion moment."
I live in a duplex. At one time in the past, I have a very nasty neighbor. So one day he was being particularly obnoxious, like cursing, flipping people off. And so I took my harp out on my balcony and played Jesus Love Me. And to be honest, I didn't do it out of Christian love. I just wanted to spite him.
Oh, that's
And
funny.
so lovely, how lovely, Harpists are the nicest person
There's a,
on earth.
there's a glissando.
I'm so silly.
I sometimes put my kids down early for their nap so I can play my harp.
And lots of adult learners do that.
Yeah.
My confession is printing off hundreds of pages of sheet music at the office, so I don't have to pay for the printer ink. Oops. If someone asks what I'm printing, it's just stuff. I mean, work stuff.
Guilty of doing that. And then I do this really sneaky walk back to my cubicle, like, you know, holding my paper really close so nobody sees that it's sheet music. When I'm on Zoom meetings, I place my harp in the background. So when someone spots it and asks, "Is that your harp?" I can turn around and look at it and seem surprised that it's in the frame, like, "Oh, yes, yes, it is."
Oh, is that your harp there?
It is my harp. I don't know how it got there.
Can you play the harp?
No, sorry, it's out of tune right now.
When I bought my 36 string Josephus Moonspring harp, I knew that at my age, there was a very good chance that I wouldn't be able to carry its weight for very long. So I really wanted a 36 string harp. So I bought it anyway. But after 3 years, my husband was so concerned for my well-being that he began to really torment me about buying a smaller harp. So I bought a lighter 32 string Wellspring harp. So was that strategic planning? Yeah.
We planned that she wanted two harps. Around Christmas time, I have been known to open the windows and play carols rather loudly.
I will actually take my harp out in the garden to do it.
You play for your neighbors?
Like, oh, I'm just practicing. When someone comes to repair something in our house and my husband lets them in, I pretend I don't notice them while I'm at the harp in the living room. I've played all my best pieces to impress the plumber. Someday I hope for a discount.
I love that. We actually had someone come to fix our reclining electronic recliner downstairs, and I did the same thing. I was like, "Oh, there's somebody here. I'll just play the harp really loudly." I like to make out I'm struggling more than I actually am to move my harp at wedding venues. Nice, strong guys always give me a hand.
Because my old 1960s Lionel Hewitt Troubadour stood in a corner unplayed for very long, I noticed one day that a mouse jumped out of one of the sound holes in the back. Then another, then another. It was by turns alarming and charming. Oops. Turns out I had a whole nested family of mice living in the base of my harp. I took my harp outside and had to remove the whole thing whole thing piece by piece through the lower sound hole. Oh my gosh.
That's
Oh,
like something from a Disney movie with like little animals running out of your instrument.
oh well, yeah, if you see it like that.
When I was 14, I went to one of the big harp events that was a week-long thing of workshops and competitions. Another harpist who had become my rival was also there. She brought her personal harp with her, and I broke two of her strings before the competition. I'm still not sorry. I wonder who that was.
I've only been playing for a year, but when anyone who's never heard me play asks me how long I've played, I find myself lying and saying on and off for the last 10 years. They think I must be really good, but if they actually heard me play, they will probably assume I've spent the past 10 years plucking one string a month. If you add all that up, it would probably amount to the actual real time I have played a harp. I feel so bad.
Obviously not that bad if you keep lying about it. I don't practice because I'm a bit lazy, but I always tell my teacher I did practice, and the piece was really difficult, which is why I'm not improving. I still enjoy my lessons. I think we've all done that.
Yeah. I rented a harp from my teacher. I dropped my phone on it when I was using the tuner app and caused a little scratch on the soundboard. When she noticed it and asked had anything happened, I denied it and said I would never notice that before.
Oh my god, it's a serious offense. Harp.com sell touch-up pens. So if you do scratch the finish of your wood, you can lightly touch it up just to hide it a little bit.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I think they're the same type of things they use for fixing wooden floors and stuff in houses. My friends and family always ask me to play when they Zoom call me, and I always tell them the harp needs tuning or I've got a finger injury. I like playing for myself, but not for others.
One time during a performance with an orchestra, I was wearing new shoes and they were a little too loose, but I hadn't been able to prepare another pair for various reasons. My shoe came loose off my foot during some rapid pedal changes, and I played the rest of the piece with a bare foot. Luckily, I don't think people could see because my dress was long.
Oh, I've seen some people play in socks.
Yeah, I think a lot of people play in socks these days. And
I need to wear heels because my legs are a little bit short and my harp is really big.
yeah, yeah, me too. I wear heels and a good reason to buy shoes.
Yeah. Last but not least is
My favorite one.
my personal harp confession. So my husband heard Amy Turk play Reverie on Spotify. We always listen to Amy Turk in the car, and and he'd also heard me play it, and he asked me, "Wow, Amy plays this piece. Must be really difficult." And I opened my mouth, and lies came out of it. And I said, yeah, it is pretty difficult. Yeah, um, lots of pedal changes and stuff. And he said, "What grade do you think it is?" And it's like grade 2. I said to him, "Yeah, it's about grade 5." Really earnestly, grade 5, pretty difficult piece. And he believed me. What's your harp confession, Tammy? Do you have one?
Okay, so well, well, kind of similar to the one that we mentioned before. You know, the one that someone put their kids to bed earlier so that they could play the harp. Yeah, and as I'm a really lazy student, I will tell my husband that I'm going to practice the harp so that he will put the kid to bed, so that I can have my free time to do whatever that is not harp related. So harp is my excuse.
That's funny. I think you also have another secret harp confession, like the one about how you conveniently forget how the piece goes, so you don't have to play for us in harp circle.
Oh, oh, how do you know that?
You figured it out.
No way! Oh no, I'm so embarrassed now.
So thanks for watching us talk about harps and listening to the harp confessions we collected. If any of these confessions belong to you, rest assured we'll keep your name secret. Thanks for watching.
Thank you for watching.
Bye.